Hey, what's going on? So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a comparison between the Presonus Eris 3.5 and the 4.5 monitor speakers. You can see behind me here set up. The 4.5s are on the bottom and the 3.5s are on the top. I'm going to have them both set up. I'm going to do audio tests. I'm going to tell you the price between them both, and I'm not going to get into the specs much about them. You can read all that stuff online. It's pretty boring. It's megahertz, gigahertz, kilowatts, all that thing. This is mostly going to be a sound comparison and me just telling you my thoughts about them, having owned them for a while. I'm going to have links down below so you can check these out for yourself and make a purchase. They are affiliate links, so if you do purchase through the link, you can help support me in this channel. There'll be links for Adorama and Amazon. I bought the first pair, the 3.5s, from Adorama, and I got them used, so I got an even better deal than the $99.95. And then the second pair I got from Amazon, and I got those used, so I got them for a deal too. If you know anything about me, I try to buy used gear, returned gear, because you get a better deal on it. So check out prices on both of those places for both sizes and whatever, and always shop around before you just make a purchase. That being said, let's start with the price. So the 3.5s are $99.95 and the 4.5s are $199.95. So they're double the price to get the bigger speaker, and the question is going to be, is it worth spending twice as much money? That's also for the wired version. These do come in a Bluetooth version. The Bluetooth version of the 3.5 inch is $139.95, and the Bluetooth version of the 4.5 inch is $208.95. So there's a $40 jump for the smaller ones, but there's only a $9 jump for the larger ones. So if it was a matter of, just going for the Bluetooth, if you were going to get the bigger ones and you were questioning whether or not to get the Bluetooth, for another $9, you might as well just get the Bluetooth ones. For the smaller ones, unless you absolutely need it, it's another $40. So that's a big percentage jump to get the Bluetooth. So they come with everything that you're going to need. They come with the power cable that runs them. They also come with a 6-foot speaker cable, which is just long enough to get on either side of your desk. They come with a 5-foot long RCA cable to 1/8 inch or 3.5 millimeter cable. That plugs into your computer or other audio device. And they come with a 5-foot audio cable that is for plugging in like a phone or another audio device to be able to play out of. Now the setup on these are identical. So there's a volume, there's an aux in, a headphone jack, and a power button. On the back you have your speaker outputs. You also have acoustic tuning, they call it, which is like your equalizer. So for the audio tests, I'm going to set them both exactly in the middle. There is a detent in the middle, so it locks right in. So they're not going to be set to low or high. They're going to be on 0. This is where your RCA cables will plug in. That goes to your computer. They also have a balanced 1/4 inch TRS input. So I actually use the 1/4 inch jacks to plug directly into my audio interface. That way I can monitor what's going on into my audio interface out through here and plug headphones directly into this, and I can monitor everything without having to go through the computer and back out into the speakers. And of course, that's where the power plugs in on the back. All right, let me set this back up here. Before I do the audio tests, let me just tell you a little bit about my personal experience between them. Now, these are also referred to as Nearfield Monitors. I have no idea what that means. I'm not an audiophile person. I don't really know what any of this technical stuff is actually meaning or anything. But they're called Nearfield Monitors, and they are meant for audio mixing more than they are meant for audio listening. So they're not supposed to give you a lot of bass or anything like that. They are designed for a flat tone so that you can mix audio. I purchased them specifically for video editing so that I could hear the audio and not have it boosted in bass or anything crazy like that. I just wanted to hear it as neutral as possible without having any major differences in the EQ or anything like that, just based on the speakers. I wanted a flat tone. That being said, now that I've tried the 4.5s, obviously the speaker is bigger, so you do get a little bit more bass. You also don't need to have the volume turned up quite as much because the speakers are bigger. They do produce a fuller sound. I do like the sound of the 4.5s better. However, I'm not sure that it's really worth double the price. I could see it maybe if they were like $150 to $175, but jumping up to double the price, in my ears, not even in my mind, in my ears, it didn't seem like it was really worth that big of a jump in price. If they were closer in price, I would definitely say go for the larger ones. But if you're just on a budget looking for monitor speakers, the 3.5s are really a great speaker. All right, enough out of me. Let's reset up everything. We're going to do some audio tests. I'm going to move the camera right to where I normally sit. I'm using a Rode Video Mic NTG. This is a really nice microphone. It's a shotgun microphone, so it should give a really good sense of what these sound like. I'm going to set both speakers to 0, to flat. They're not going to be dropped on the bass or the treble or anything like that. It's just going to be exactly what the speakers sound like at the neutral tone for both of them, because I don't want it to sound like it's tweaked at all. All right, I've got 5 audio tracks to share on each speaker to give you kind of a different idea of different genres of music and sounds. Enough of that. Let's get to the speakers. All right, so I've moved the camera and the mic up. I've got the speakers set at half volume. I'm going to leave the computer set on the same volume so you can hear what it sounds like between the two of them without me actually changing the volume setting. So they're both going to be right on the middle volume, and here we go. When I was editing this, I realized I didn't have the volume on the computer turned up loud enough, so I had to turn up the volume of all of these tracks in post. So that's the only thing I tweaked, was the volume, so you might hear a little bit of hiss in the background. And that's just because I had to crank the gain.
I'm all shook up, I'm wearing thin. I feel so far from my family, I'm blacking out. I'm all shook up, I'm wearing thin. I feel so far from my family, I'm blacking out.
All right, I'm really interested to hear what you think about the two of them, so let me know down in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It really does help the video gain traction on YouTube. I want to give a big shout out to my top patrons on Patreon, Trisha Wagner, Kate Ramani, and Diana Markowitz. Thank you very much for your continued support. It means the world to me. And if you want to join my Patreon fan club, you can just click the link down below. It's patreon.com/Nick Borsellino. And if you're interested in more videos like this and other tech stuff, you can check out this video and this playlist right here, or click this button to subscribe to the channel. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.